Me Too. An internet hashtag about the prevalence of sexual assault has filled social media over the past few days with horrific and tragic stories. On Wednesday, a famous athlete spoke up and said, "It's happened to me too. I had a dream to go to the Olympics," wrote former Team USA gymnast McKayla Maroney, "and the things I had to endure to get there were unnecessary and disgusting." The 21-year-old Maroney accuses Larry Nassar, former doctor for USA Gymnastics, of molesting her beginning at age 13 and continuing to do so throughout her time in the sport, including during the Olympic Games in London. She accuses him of giving her a sleeping pill on a trip to Tokyo and then giving her treatment in his hotel room. "I thought I was going to die that night," she writes. She was 15 that I am in at the time. McKayla Maroney, "I was molested by team doctor." Nassar has been charged with 33 counts of criminal sexual conduct. The USA Today network reports more than 140 girls have come forward with allegations of abuse. Nassar has already pleaded guilty to federal child pornography charges and faces 22 to 27 years in prison. He was involved with American gymnastics at the highest level for more than 3 decades. He was also a sports medicine expert employed by Michigan State University. Over the years, reports MLive.com, some of Nassar's alleged victims say they were telling parents, coaches, counselors, MSU athletic trainers, even police, that, without consent or explanation, Nassar was digitally penetrating them in the vagina and anus during medical treatments for back, hip and other injuries. Several complaints about Nassar reportedly took place in the late 1990s. To put that in perspective, he has been accused of assaulting girls for nearly the entire time Maroney has been alive. "I can't tell you how hard it is for an Olympic champion to put her neck on the line like this," says civil rights lawyer Nancy Hogshead-Maker, who is herself an Olympic champion. "Once they say they were abused and not protected by a governing body, they lose connection with a governing body. To have an elite athlete come forward and say it's happened over a long period of time, it is really dramatic." Maroney has been keeping this part of her story inside for nearly 10 years, and it took a viral online campaign for her to bring her accusation forward. That should indicate how much emotional pain she has been in. She says there were many times when she was exploited, violated, dehumanized. She kept smiling for the coaches and cameras. She probably felt she had no choice. Whatever agony she was going through was not as bad as whatever consequences blowing the whistle would bring. And those consequences would more likely be for her than for Nassar. "You have to have a lot of, frankly, male enablers to get away with it," says Hogshead-Maker, a gold medal-winning swimmer who is now the CEO of Champion Women. "Women have really done what we can. The next big change is going to be men stepping up to the plate and recognizing when they see harassment that they're willing to step up." Maroney was on top of the gymnastics world. She had the acclaim of an entire nation. Now imagine how powerless the unknown victims feel. Of the more than 100 athletes involved in a suit against Nassar, only one Olympian, Jamie Danster, has publicly alleged abuse by the former team doctor. One accuser was reportedly 6 years old when she claims Nassar exposed himself to her. This continued for years, and the doctor even penetrated her, according to testimony. The girl was brave enough to come forward, and the police were called. A counselor arranged a meeting between the girl, her parents and Nassar, according to testimony of a Michigan State detective. Her parents decided they didn't believe her story